We all share a vision of a world free of AIDS, tuberculosis and malaria. Together with partners, the Global Fund has been working toward that goal for more than a decade by funding efforts to stop the three diseases.
Globally, we've made huge progress. With our partners in countries around the world, the Global Fund is supporting nurses in East Africa, helping to protect newborns from HIV, providing treatment for tuberculosis patients in Eastern Europe, bringing mosquito nets to protect families in East Asia and the Pacific from malaria, making possible outreach efforts to prevent tuberculosis in Latin America, and helping to implement so many other programs. But we can do better. So today, the Global Fund is evolving to have even more impact against the three pandemics and save more lives worldwide. What we've done is combine a set of best practices to make our funding go further. We think of it as investing for impact. It's important we share what the new funding model means for our partners around the globe and what the new process looks like.
The Global Fund's new funding model changes the way countries apply for funding and the way future grants will be developed. The Global Fund is focusing more resources on countries that are most affected by the three diseases and least able to fund effective responses. By doing so, the Global Fund will reach more people and have a bigger impact. Countries can also expect more predictable funding. Through the new funding model, each country will know upfront how much money it may receive through a good application. This allocation is established through a calculation of need, available resources and other factors. The country will know its amount at the beginning of the three-year allocation period. The Global Fund will also reward ambitious vision to combat the diseases. In addition to each country's allocation, extra funds are designated for high-impact interventions not covered by the country's allocated amount. These funds will be awarded on a case-by-case basis each time applications are reviewed. Helpfully, the Global Fund has streamlined the process for applications and grant-making. Throughout the application, grant-making and implementation stages, country dialogue is an important part of the new funding model. Country dialogue brings together representatives of different sectors and vulnerable groups within a country to talk about intervention priorities. They may be government leaders, technical experts, civil society, representatives of key populations impacted by the diseases, and others. Often these representatives form the Country Coordinating Mechanism, or CCM. The CCM puts forth the country's funding request to the Global Fund. The basis of this request is a national strategic plan for each of the three diseases. The plan explains what a country will do to stop HIV, malaria and tuberculosis. Based on country dialogue and the National Strategic Plan, the CCM then writes a funding application called a concept note. Country dialogue is intended to ensure that input from partners is incorporated along the way. The result is a concept note that is more likely to have the desired impact. After the concept note is finalized, it is submitted for approval to an independent technical review panel and the Global Fund's Grant Approvals Committee. Once the interventions and funding are approved, the organization that will implement the grant, along with the Global Fund, negotiate how the program will work. This stage, called grant-making, occurs before the Global Fund Board signs off on the final grant. During grant implementation, as in the past, the Global Fund keeps track of the grant's performance, requiring implementers to show their impact with data. While the time between application and grant signing used to take 2 years, it should now happen more quickly. It is designed to be completed in 11 months on average.
The Global Fund's new funding model is now in place. Together we can make investing for impact come to life, spending money more strategically, and together we can achieve the objective of a world free of the burden of AIDS, tuberculosis and malaria. We want to thank you for your continued fight against the three diseases, and we look forward to our ongoing work with you to save lives.